Today I'll be making a 3D printer enclosure out of foam and some 3D printed parts. Stick around and I'll show you how to make one as well. First, I measured out these Dollar Tree foam boards to see where they would fit around my printer. Next, I used the markings I made to cut out the foam using a pencil and a box cutter. Next, I'm cutting out the door segment, and I'll be using this thin acrylic sheet from a picture frame that I'm using as a stencil. Next, I have this plastic dryer vent that I'm going to use as a one-way valve to let air into my enclosure but not out. This side will face inwards so air can come in once the fan pulls air out of the enclosure. The fan in question is this black centrifugal blower. It pulls air out of my basement and into the outside world and turns on with the flip of a switch. To connect the enclosure to the blower, I'll be using this 4-inch by 6-foot aluminum dryer vent duct. My hope is that this can reach both my enclosure and my soldering station so I can pick up some fumes from there as well. So I hopped on Onshape and 3D printed this blower adapter that snap fits on to the housing and connects it to the 4-inch dryer duct. I 3D printed it on my Bamboo A1 Mini out of Duramic PLA+. Super satisfying. Next, I printed this flanged adapter that connects my duct to my enclosure. Finally, I glued together all the panels I'd cut earlier using Gorilla Hot Glue. I also used these print-in-place hinges to allow the door to swivel open. Here you can see the acrylic panel that's been glued on the back. I used a worm gear clamp on the other side of the duct, but I found it wasn't necessary for this side, so I just friction fitted on. And here's the completed duct and the completed enclosure. Here you can see the door swivels open, and it's held in place by the vacuum created by the blower. Inside, I have ample space for lighting, filament removal, and servicing of the printer. This enclosure is really great for printing more atrocious smelling filaments, and it's also a great addition to my workshop. I hope I inspired some of you, and I'll see you in the next one.